And I would be honored if you would just at least take 2 minutes to do a real quick interview with me for my podcast. First question out of his mouth: how many subscribers you got? And again, this is, it's like, wait, what?
Life is like a basketball game. Sometimes you're up, other times you're down. Opponents and adversaries coming at you left and right. However, it's not the challenges you face that define you. What defines you is how you play the game. And I play to win. Welcome to my world, Carlton's World.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Carlton's World. It's your boy, Carlton T. Clay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I definitely appreciate it. As you already know, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already on the YouTube page, or you can follow me on SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeart, or Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to this, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, make Carlton's World a part of your favorite podcast and join me here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me in my world, even if it's just for a little bit. I definitely appreciate it. I do not take it lightly. I know you noticed that we have a brand new opening. Yes, we have a brand new animated opening for Carlton's World. Shout out to my guy, Josh Abrams of Prop Josh Productions. If you've seen his work, you know it's excellent. It's great. Actually, Josh gave me my first opportunity to be an animated voice. So I'm super excited that we have this brand new opening, and I'm grateful for Josh for not just our work relationship, but our friendship as well. So y'all, please check out his work. He's on YouTube, Prop Josh Productions. Also, you can go to I think Josh's journal as well. I think some of his stuff is there too. So definitely check him out. He has some great stuff. He has animations, stop motion animations. He has a plethora of work. So definitely check him out on his YouTube page. They also have a podcast I listen to, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. What we talking about this time is Josh, his brother Jason, also known as Smiley, and their friend Marcus, also known as 730. They have a podcast that I listen to that they talk about not only mainstream stuff, they also talk about independent projects as well, especially Tubi movies. They have a thing called Tubi Tuesdays, and they review different movies on Tubi. They've done a couple of ours as well. They did Pastor Thorn and Pastor Thorn 2. Hopefully they do some more, but you know. But again, just check them out. They have a lot of great content. These are some great guys, and I'm actually going to be starting another segment here in Carlton's World where I talk to different creatives, and I definitely want to get them all on the pod for sure. All right, so let's get started on what we're going to talk about today. So in my previous episode, I mentioned the not the one that came out last, but I think like the 1000th episode. Yeah, when I did the 1000th subscriber episode, I mentioned the Victory Productions YouTube page, and I said I was gonna save that for another episode. Well, this is this episode. We're here. I am actually going to give you the full story of how the Victory Productions YouTube page was deleted, how it was destroyed, basically just removed, gone, like forever. So here is the full story. And actually what made me want to do this particular pod is because March 7th, which is also my dad's birthday, shout out to my dad, he turned 59. That is the day that the YouTube page was deleted, and it actually came up in my memories. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little sad. I get sad when that, because as I mentioned, we were trying to reach a milestone. We were trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and was doing this whole campaign, road to 10K. I had a lot of the different VPN actors do little videos to get you guys to subscribe to the page, and we were almost there. Matter of fact, I looked it up. I said, let me see exactly where we were before we got shut down. So we were actually, on the day we were shut down, right? I actually checked that night before we were shut down. We had 9.89K subscribers. So that's That's 9,890 subscribers. That's what I'm going with, and then we have 4.2 million page views. So we were moving, like we were definitely moving before we got shut down. And I remember, and then so I'm gonna start from the beginning. This is how all this happened. So as I just read you the stats, I used to check the stats before I went to bed every night, and I checked it the night before, put it away, went to sleep, boom, boom. Just normal routine. Go to bed, cut the TV on, and wait till my eyes shut, and then I'll wait till I wake up in the morning. So I wake up, and you shouldn't do this. You should. The first thing, and I'm so guilty of this. The first thing I do is literally go to my phone and check social media, and I should not do that. The first thing I need to do is thank the Lord for waking me up in the morning. The first thing I should be a conversation with God. That's the first thing I should be doing. So, but I'm just being transparent. I'm so guilty of just checking my phone first. It's just a habit. Boom, go to the phone, do that. So I went to the phone, and I went to Twitter. Well, now known as X, but it was known as Twitter. People still call it Twitter. Why are we tripping? Went to Twitter, and I had a message, and it said, "Hey, what happened to your YouTube page?" Now, I thought twice about it, but then I didn't think twice about it, because it was a random message from somebody I didn't really know, but I guess they were a subscriber of the page, and I was just like, what is he talking about? What do you mean? So I went to YouTube, go to check the stats, see what was going on in the morning, and lo and behold, the Victor Productions YouTube page was gone. It was deleted, and I'm not talking about suspended. I'm talking about deleted. It was kaputs to oblivion, just destroyed. It was just gone. And so, of course, and then by then I'm getting different messages. I see Facebook or whatever. I say, "What? Where's the page? Where's the page?" And so I'm going to the Gmail that's attached to that was attached to the Victor Productions YouTube page, and they basically was saying that our page was deleted because we broke some guidelines or something like that. So whatever the YouTube was changing a lot of things too during that time. A lot of content creators' pages were being deleted, from what I understand. However, our page was a part of the casualty of being deleted. It was gone, and it basically was just saying how we broke guidelines on the page. Now, granted, we did have several racy shows that were on the page. We had Bondage, we had Brotherhood, we had Sweet Mahogany, all that stuff. However, I was definitely in the process of cleaning up the page, meaning I was basically putting censored versions of the shows on the YouTube page, so that way people could still see what we had, but it wasn't breaking any guidelines. So we were in the process of cleaning it up and making things better, because we did have a conversation with YouTube. Of course, they'll reach out to you if something is against the guidelines, and they give you opportunity to clean it up. So we were in the process of doing that, and so that's why I was confused about why the page was deleted. If you guys hear a dog in the background, that's Poochie. I apologize. Something's probably going on outside and he's barking. But anyway, that's why I was shocked, because again we were having that conversation, whatever, blah blah. So, with that being said, it was just definitely devastating, because again we were trying to reach this milestone and we were almost there, and I felt like that day we would have hit the 10K. I think we would have hit it. I felt like we would have hit it on March 7th. And I was just extremely devastated that we did not. It just really hurt that the page was just gone. And so I ended up writing this post, and I'm going to read it for you. Just to kind of show you where my headspace was that day. So basically I wrote, "Good morning. As of right now, Victor Productions Network VPN YouTube page has been deactivated." Should have just said deleted. Even though I feel that I am being discriminated against by YouTube, there is nothing I can do at this point. So as of right now, And until I'm able to figure out another solution, VPN will be shut down until further notice. So just for reference, that day I was done with Victory Predation. I was like, all right, it's the last day. We're not doing nothing else. That's it. I'm done. We could be back up tomorrow. It could take a few weeks or months or even years. I understand that some may be prompted to leave comments of don't give up, etc. But I ask that you please refrain from that at this time. To be honest, I'm not in a good headspace, as you can imagine, at this time. Thank you for all of your support throughout the years. I do not take anything you've done lightly or for granted. God bless. So, and even with that, right? And this is not me being shady or being like petty or whatever. But I even wrote like, please don't send me the messages. I was like not in a good headspace. And there were people that like called me. It was blowing up my phone, and I wasn't answering. And there was one person in particular who literally kept calling me, and I was not answering. And like the person got upset with me because I wouldn't answer them. And I was like, I just literally said I'm not in a good headspace. Please don't. Like I said, I'm not in a good headspace. I don't really want to talk to anybody. And it's funny. Like a lot of times we want to show people our concern. But I think the best way to show concern is to respect somebody else's wishes. If someone tells you, I'm not in a good headspace to talk right now, or, just let me have a few minutes to myself or whatever, as long as they're not harming themselves, you should respect what they ask for. Because I feel like even if your intentions are pure and good, your actions are contradicting what your intentions are, because you are going against what the person asked you. If you really care about somebody, if they ask you to do something, then just honor that. It's really that simple, to be honest with you. So, and of course, me, the person, we're good. I mean, like I said, we had a conversation. We didn't have a conversation when I was in a better headspace. That was another thing. I was in a bad headspace, and I didn't want to respond negatively. I wanted to make sure I got my head right, so that way, if somebody were to come to me afterwards, I can respond in a better way versus me responding off of emotion. And unfortunately, because of the consistent calling, I ended up responding out of emotion, and then had to go back and apologize, and then kind of just rectify that relationship, because I did, of course I had, I care for the person. I knew they had right intentions, but I just felt like they weren't honoring what I asked for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's where I was at. But anyway, so again, I'm taking accountability for the fact that, yeah, we may have, not we, I'm gonna say I may have, with the page, we were going against their new guidelines that they were setting up. The reason why I said I felt like I was being discriminated against is because I felt like there was far worse content that was on YouTube. Far, 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 far worse content. And from people that were not of my skin color. And if you can see me on YouTube, you can see what side of the hand I'm pointing at. I feel like these people's content, I saw far worse, and it was still there. And it's like, I felt like our content was being discriminated against. But I will take accountability and say that with the guidelines that they were setting up, even though they have one that when you put on YouTube, they say, is this for kids? The type of content you have. And I was marketing, making sure this is not for kids. This is adult friendly. This is just for adults, mature rated, whatever the markings that you have to put on there. So I was following stuff, but I guess they're setting up new stuff. So they saw certain material that was on the YouTube page and was like, all right, now this we gotta do something. But I felt like the better solution I would have felt better about them suspending the page and saying, hey, we need you to clean it up more, instead of just totally erasing it. Or, you know what I'm saying? So to give us a chance to fix the problems, and then, all right, we can continue on knowing the new guidelines and then move forward accordingly. That's what I felt like the better solution would have been. But however, I don't run YouTube, so whatever. And I'm not trying to get this YouTube page deleted either. So I'm just saying, I just feel like there could have been a better medium as far as just, instead of just completely deleting the page. But that's neither here nor there. Another thing too with the YouTube page. So I it was trying to see how I can say this. I was made aware. Okay. I was made aware that the YouTube page had been reported as well. So that's what also put eyes on our page, because when you can report a YouTube page, you can get it, it can get flagged and different things like that. So that even if your page gets flagged so many times, then that's when they'll go in, make sure that the evidence matches, and then that's how our stuff can get erased as well. So it had been told to me that our page had been reported by former VPN participants. So yeah, that on top of the guideline thing, the reports, the page being reported, and the page getting flagged, that also played a part into the Victory Productions YouTube page being deleted. Now, I'm not here to be messy. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving out any names or anything. That's not what this is about, but I'm just here to say what exactly happened, because I've told the story in parts, but I've never told the story in full as far as like what happened, what played a part into what caused the Victory Productions page to be deleted. And this is probably the last time I actually talk about it, because I mean, again, it's in the past. I'm not upset about it anymore. Do I get sad about it from time to time? I absolutely do, because one, we were definitely building on something, and two, like, I'm having to start over with even this YouTube page and also with the Victory Productions subscribers. It's like, dang, I wish I could have translated what we did from the Victory Productions YouTube page and translate it over to what we're doing now, because that would help, with the numbers looking better. You know what I'm saying? Now, even though you do this for the art, in real life, in the business world, people are looking at numbers. I would be naive to say, no, nobody's looking at numbers. Yes, they are. They definitely are. The numbers, case in point, I went to a Power Ranger convention, and I wanted to interview this certain actor who played a Power Ranger. I'm not talking about Nakia Burrell. Shout out to my girl, Nakia Burrell. She's awesome. Shout out to Catherine Sutherland. She's awesome. Love them. But this is another actor who played a Power Ranger, and me and my friend Chantel, we went up to him, and at the time I was doing Fire and Ice, and I went up to him. I said, hey, I would love you. First of all, you are my childhood hero. Like, I looked up to you when I was a child on television, giving them all this accolades, because I bet it's true. Like, this is, somebody I looked up to as a child. And I was like, hey, because I just saw him. What happened was I just saw him do an interview with some other podcasters. And I was like, okay, cool. He's doing podcast interviews. That's awesome. That's dope. And so I went up to him and I was like, hey, I have a podcast. It's called Fire and Ice. And I would be honored if you would just at least take 2 minutes to do a real quick interview with me for my podcast. First question out of his mouth: how many subscribers you got? And again, this is, it's like, wait, what? So I didn't really know how to answer the question, because I was like, okay, I could tell them about my personal YouTube page, which didn't have a lot of subscribers. Definitely didn't have a lot of subscribers at the time, because I wasn't really utilizing it like that. Or I could tell them about I didn't really know how many subscribers we had on. With Fire and Ice, we were on SoundCloud. I wasn't really sure of those numbers. I didn't really know that, so I didn't really know how to answer the question. And I don't know. I think the Victory Productions YouTube page was still up, but this wasn't Victory Productions related. So I just didn't really know how to answer the question. I just said we're building. It's growing day by day. I tried to. I don't know. I mean, I could have lied. I could have lied and made up a number, but I felt like he would have looked it up. I mean, anybody could do their research. But anyway, I was just like, yeah, we're building, da da da. Guess it wasn't a good answer, enough answer for him. He was like, well, I have to be selective about the interviews that I do and blah 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 blah. And that's his choice. I'm not saying he had to do an interview with me. That's his choice. However, I was very disappointed because one, again, it's like when you meet your childhood hero and they like tell you no, and it's like a dagger. It's like, I felt like 7-year-old Carlton was like crying on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So that was a dagger. But yeah, and two, I just felt like, I'm a black media personality, and it's like you did this interview with these Caucasian media people, and it's like, I was like, help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that wasn't the right train of thought. I don't know. But I just felt like, to me, I was like, you did them a solid. I feel like you could do me a solid, especially with me being, an African American, really trying to build when it comes to entertainment and doing media and different things like that. That's just how I felt. But it's all good. It is what it is. But I said all that. I told that story because I was talking about numbers, and I was saying numbers do matter. Like I said, we do things for the art. We do things because we love what we do. But at the end of the day, when it comes to business and people's perception, numbers matter. So, yeah. So that's why it was such a huge blow when the Victory Productions YouTube page got deleted, because it's like we were building. I feel like once we hit that 10K mark, that's you're in a whole different ball game versus, being just in the thousands. And, that makes a big difference for some people. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like we were getting there. We kind of got cut off right at the knees, and there you have it. But it's all good though. I think because I had to see the light. At the time we had just did the distribution deal with Maverick, and I was literally contemplating about if I should erase the Sweet Mahogany, not erase, but I guess put on private or unlisted, whatever. Put the Sweet Mahogany episodes off, take it off the YouTube page, so that way it would just be for the film version. It would just be on those streaming platforms. So like I said, in a way, I guess that deletion forced my hand. And was like, all right, well, I ain't got to worry about it no more. This is gone, so you can just watch it on the streaming platform. So I mean, in a way, it was like I said, we ended up moving forward. Now we're doing the films now, which is awesome, by the way. And yeah, and just even in the building organically of the Victory Productions website and getting those subscribers, we're actually genuinely and organically building that. Not saying we weren't before, but a lot of times with YouTube, you got bots and different things like that. So you never really know, like, you may be building subscribers, but you don't know if the subscribers are real people or not. So with this having to build with the website, the way Wix is set up, they can tell, what's a real email address and what's not. So we're building our subscribers organically. This has definitely just been a journey, and I just am appreciating now. I'm not taking for granted the people who subscribe to this YouTube page and the people who are subscribing to the Victory Productions YouTube page. The Victory Productions website. I don't take you for granted at all. Not that I did before, but I'm truly grateful now after going through what I went through with the YouTube page of Victory Productions. I'm grateful, extremely grateful now when you take the time to subscribe to my personal YouTube page and also to the Victory Productions website. So I thank you. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Again, was it a hard thing to have to endure? Absolutely. Was it a hard thing when I was told that people that were once my friends, once were working with me, went against me? Absolutely. It was heartbreaking. But lesson learned. I just had to learn how to use better. I have to learn how to use better discernment at the end of the day. Everybody that says that they're for you is not truly for you. Everybody that is rooting for you are sometimes plotting against you behind your back. and you just have to be more aware and more careful about who you invite into your inner circle, your life, your business, your ministry, whatever. You have to just be more careful about who you invite in. So that's the lesson I just had to learn. So anyway, I appreciate all you genuine good people who support and encourage. I appreciate you so much. I thank you so much. But that's the story of how the Victor Productions YouTube page got deleted. Now again, that'll probably be the last time I talk about it. So there you have it. I know probably some of y'all like, well, we never asked for it we didn't ask for it to begin with. But I just felt like I just wanted to just kind of go ahead and just really close that door, especially since it was literally I looked at it, I said, oh yeah, it did happen on March 7th. And I was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go ahead and just put it all out there and be done with it and move forward. So I thank you all. Again, if you can, please subscribe to this YouTube page if you haven't already. Or you can subscribe to our website. I would definitely appreciate it. We're still on the road to get 500 subscribers. So go to WPNTV.com and hit that subscribe button at the top. Or you can join our newsletter. They both go to the same place. Also, if you can, please follow me on SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple Podcasts under Carlton's World. All right. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. And y'all continue to be the light of the world. We need more of you out there. Continue to be the light and continue just to walk in your greatness. All right. Y'all be easy. Peace.